Title: Alchemy, Life Transformation by Turning Struggles into Strengths. Chapter 1: The Blacksmith's Gift. In the rugged hills of ancient Lydia, a young blacksmith named Dion struggled to forge a sword that could survive in battle. The metal was stubborn, the fire too feeble, and each failed attempt hardened his frustration like a storm striking his heart. One evening, a wandering trader whispered a simple truth: "You are not fighting the metal is fighting against you. Your mind, too, must smelt into steel." This parable of the alchemists, Forge, teaches that our greatest obstacles are not external, but internal. When we treat difficulties as raw materials, the heat of adversity sharpens our vision and forges resilience. Daughters of the Forge found that every setback, when reframed as a test, became a lesson in skill and courage. Motivational insight. The alchemy of struggle is a deliberate transformation. Failure must be viewed not as defeat, but as opportunity to refine character. Quick application. Notice a recent disappointment, perhaps a missed promotion or a rejected proposal. Pause. Ask, what hidden skill or insight can I develop from this? Write down one action that turns that lesson into progress, even if it's a small practice like a 5-minute meditation or learning a new software feature. Conclusion. Just as a blacksmith learns to channel heat, we learn to channel emotional turmoil into purposeful direction. Turning our struggles into strengths is an art that requires mindful intention. Call to action. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient wisdom that fuels modern success. Reflective question. When did a painful experience reveal a hidden strength you hadn't realized was within you? Chapter 2: The Phoenix's Second Life. In the mythology of Athenian theater, the tragic hero Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, fell into the sea. Yet the narrative never ends with tragedy alone. The phoenix, a symbol of rebirth, emerges from ash to new life. Though Icarus was a cautionary tale, the phoenix reminds us that from burnt failure, new wings can arise. Take the story of the late 19th century inventor Thomas Edison, who endured thousands of failed experiments before inventing the incandescent light bulb. Instead of surrendering to frustration, Edison's laboratory became a crucible where each failure guided another attempt, until the first practical lamp lit the world. Motivational insight. Reuse the language of flame. When the fire of failure burns bright, it does not consume you, it purifies the possibility of brilliance. Quick application. Pick a project you feel stuck on. Log the most recent attempt, the obstacles, and the smallest piece of information you learned. Treat this log like a recipe for a better version, refining and combining elements until the final product shines. Conclusion. The Phoenix teaches that failure is not the end, it's an interlude before rebirth. Every setback provides a new ingredient for success, provided we persist in the alchemical process. Call to action. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that ignite resilience. Reflective question. How can you view your latest setback as a catalyst for a renewed start? Chapter 3: The River That Sought the Mountain. Long ago in China, the wise Zen master Zhu Zai observed that a river, though it travels through flat valleys, always seeks the ocean's horizon. In a particular parable he shares, a humble stone traveler learns that while the river's path appears easy, the river's purpose is to flow toward a vast sea. The stone, unable to move, realizes that resilience lies in shaping one's course, not in resisting the current. Sitting by a flowing stream, a Chinese merchant-facing market collapse used Zhu Zai's words to re-evaluate his venture. He pivoted from selling rice to consulting on sustainable agriculture, an emerging industry that eventually thrived. Motivational insight. Adaptation is an alchemical tool. When you shift your pathway just enough, your trajectory moves toward abundance rather than stagnation. Quick application. Identify a current business or career block. Instead of fighting it, brainstorm 2 alternative directions where your skills or resources can flow more meaningfully. Test one as a side project, measure the impact, and iterate. Conclusion. Like a river cutting through stone, our capacity to adapt transforms obstacles into avenues of growth. The alchemy of change is not about force, but about aligning purpose with possibility. Call to action. Like, share, and subscribe for the next chapter on mastering adaptation. Reflective question. Have you ever redirected your course in a way that unexpectedly broadened your horizon? Chapter 4, The Stoic Shield. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his Meditations, "When you arise in the morning, think of the precious hour that remains. Whatever you do, may it be directed to something noble, for you are, by nature, built for it." Marcus's own reign was riddled with wars, plagues, and personal loss, yet he maintained inner calm, viewing each calamity as a chance to exercise virtue. His relentless self-dissection turned suffering into wisdom. In the 21st century, an entrepreneur in Silicon Valley endured a devastating data breach that erased months of work. Choosing stoic clarity, she re-examined her security protocols, turning the crisis into an industry-leading system that later won multiple awards for resilience. Motivational insight. Stoicism teaches that external events happen. It is our judgments and responses that transform those events. By viewing challenges as tests of character, we convert suffering into strength. Quick application. Whenever a crisis arises, pause and ask, how can I use this to strengthen my integrity or improve systems? Record 3 potential improvements, then launch one immediately. Over time, you build a habit of turning adversity into asset. Conclusion. The Stoic shield is not an impenetrable wall, but a lens that refracts hardship into opportunity. Your internal stance determines whether you sink or surge. Call to action. Like, share, and subscribe to learn more disciplines that amplify resilience. Reflective question. In what way could reframing a recent hardship change your outlook and actions? Chapter 5, The Alchemist's Mirror. The ancient Greek alchemist Democritus once imagined that the universe's atoms constantly rearrange. When an unexpected disaster hits a Greek colony, say a flood, he suggested that the water would carry both destruction and the promise of fertile soil. The colony's people, guided by this perspective, rebuilt and found that the flood's deposit had revitalized crops, ensuring abundance for years. Modern entrepreneurs can adopt the mirror philosophy, reflect on crisis, then identify the silver lining. When a startup's product launches underwhelmingly, the team can apply a mirror lens, examine customer pain points, and refine the product into a market-ready, award-winning platform. Motivational insight. Every obstacle is a mirror pointing back to the need for change. By looking, we find the path to transformation. Quick application. After an unfavorable event, write down 1. The immediate impact. 2. The underlying structural flaw it revealed. 3. A concrete step to fix it. Turn the reflection into a plan and track its execution. Conclusion. The Alchemist's Mirror invites us to see adversity as a catalyst. Acknowledge the crisis, learn from it, then mirror that learning into action, turning loss into legacy. Call to action. Like, share, and subscribe to receive timeless wisdom that fuels personal alchemy. Reflective question. How can you use recent setbacks as a mirror to redesign your future strategy? Philosophy Spotlight, STONICATY, How Stoicism Guides Alchemy of Struggle. Stoicism is a practical philosophy that emerged from Athens, championed by thinkers such as Zeno of Citium, Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. It is grounded in the idea that we cannot control external events, but we can control our judgments and responses. The essence is turning hardships into opportunities for virtue. Key concept: amor fati, love fate. Embrace events as inevitable, not as adversaries. Historical anchor: Marcus Aurelius. Even while leading an empire across vast frontiers, he kept a diary of thoughts. His meditations remain a masterclass in turning relentless adversity into mental resilience. He saw each plague, military defeat, or personal loss as a chance to practice self-discipline, humility, and compassion. 3 lessons for modern success. 1. Discipline of perception. Modern application. When a project fails, ask yourself, what can I learn? The answer sets the course for improvement rather than blame. Result: fosters a growth mindset that transforms failure into skill building. 2. Resilience through detachment. Modern application. Practice letting go of outcomes. In negotiations, focus on the process, not the final sale price, to keep calm under pressure. Result: reduces stress, enhances decision quality, and keeps you aligned with long-term goals. 3. Clarity of purpose. Modern application. Before you act, clarify why the action matters. In a startup, ensure every feature aligns with the mission, not just market trends. Result. Keeps teams unified, purpose-driven, and resilient in the face of obstacles. Connection to alchemy theme. Stoicism turns the gold of inner virtue out of the leads of external hardship. It teaches that the true alchemical process is internal, mastering oneself, not the external world. When we reframe every struggle as an opportunity for virtue, we generate the kind of strength that catalyzes lasting transformation, just as alchemists believed in transmuting base metals into gold. Final reflection. We have traversed ancient myths of blacksmiths, phoenixes, rivers, Stoic emperors, and Greek alchemists, learning that adversity is the crucible of growth. Each chapter offered a narrative, a practical lesson, a step-by-step tool, and a question to dig deeper. The Stoic spotlight distills this into a philosophy that makes the transformation internal and accessible. Remember, alchemy is a dialogue between the soul and the world. Identify the lead of your current struggle, apply the lesson, and polish it daily. Your life, business, and personal growth become radiant, forged from the heat of your trials. Thank you for joining this journey. If you found value, like, share, and subscribe for more ancient wisdom blended with modern success strategies. Let the conversation continue. Drop a comment below with the reflection that resonated most, and share how you plan to turn your struggles into strengths.